What's up guys, Erroneous here, back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. In today's video I want to do just a quick overview of the sneak peek 10.55 update for Raid Shadow Legends. So I'm going to be watching their video and then giving you some commentary in between. So let's get into it.
Hey everyone, it's time for another sneak peek video where we're taking a look at what's coming in update 10.55. There's lots to unpack here, so sit back, enjoy, and let's get into it. First up are several expansions to Siege. Your clan fortresses are getting major upgrades with additional building levels, more garrison slots, and
more building levels for Siege, which right now, if you have updated your Siege, your stronghold, say it's level 2 or level 3 right now, the opposing team gets more attack battles per player, which gives them the upper hand, but I know that they're probably going to be fixing that in the future. But now they're adding more levels, so hopefully there's no bugs after they add these, but chances are there's probably going to be bugs in Siege. We'll see what happens.
Brand new defensive mechanic called traps. If you're a new player and you're...
Okay, so in my personal opinion, already the different things that you can purchase with the mana is very strong. So I don't know if traps are going to be overpowered, but it's probably going to be an overpowered mechanic, to be honest with you. It's going to be fun and interesting. Will it give upper hand to those clans that aren't as strong as others? Possibly, but it really depends on how well your clan communicates currently. If your clan does not communicate well for Siege and moves their teams around, removes their teams and whatnot, I know they're going to have an update for the clan leaders to remove teams themselves, which is great because of that. But as of right now, if people don't move their teams around, then they're stuck there and you can't prioritize certain things to help your team to win. For example, if I were to go to my game here and say, for example, I want to go here and I want to add this bonus. Now, if a person is in here and I'm like, hey, can you take out your teams and let's focus on a bonus or a team specifically based on these bonuses that we have based on our stronghold level. And in this case, I can focus on level 2 bonus category because it's going to be stronger than level 1 for the most part. And we can be like, okay, guys, put in legendary and mythical champions. And it says that on the defense team under fear and true fear debuffs have a 20% less chance to lose their turn. Okay. Or if that doesn't work out, maybe we'll do another one. You know, you basically want to do it. You want to make your teams based off of bonuses if you can help it, because it's going to impact those teams better and survive better on defense against the enemy. That's what I'm trying to talk about.
Wondering what Siege even is? Go check out the dedicated Siege videos. We'll put the links on screen for you. Now, back to the specifics. All upgradable buildings in your clan fortress can now reach level 6 with expanded garrison slots to house more defense teams. Quick important note though, upgrading buildings from levels 4 to 6 will cost more, as will repairs for these structures. However, there's good news too. More slots mean more florins for fighting through buildings. You'll earn more mana orbs when you successfully protect your stronghold and mana shrines that are level 4 or higher. Same goes for attacking. You'll get opportunities to earn more mana orbs for rebattling enemy teams in higher level shrines you've captured, since there are more teams to fight. The other major addition coming to Siege is traps. Players can install them using florins and mana orbs, but let's find out why you're going to want them first.
Holy crap, that's so much more. It's just getting more and more sophisticated in my opinion, just more to do. Again, this just adds the complexity level to Raid even further in terms of also time spent in game. And so some clans will specifically focus on Siege, while others will focus on Hydra or Chimera or whatever. Now it's mostly Siege and Chimera that people focus on, but because of the feral gear is insane, mythical feral gear is very, very strong for all players, right? So, and then in Chimera, everybody wants the best materials possible to craft the strongest relics in the game to boost them in mostly PvP, but also in PvE areas of the game. But just adding all of these layers, additional layers to Siege, it makes you spend more time in Siege focusing on the different traps and the different bonuses and the different team comps and then having to make sure you're communicating with your clan even more. And a lot of people just don't have that time. And that's my one gripe about this is time. And just some people just don't have it. And so it can be very challenging for many clans to create teams and spend so much time in Siege. But it is an interesting concept. I do love the concept. I hope it works really well. I think traps are really cool to be able to add them into the game. You know, that sounds great. So let's see what they say.
Traps work in different ways, from concealing a single champion on the defense team to applying irresistible debuffs or even punish.
Concealing a single champion on the defense team is pretty strong. Decrease each enemy's defense by 30% until the start of their first turn. So that means if you have a go first champion or go first team, it basically is saying that speed wins times 1,000, right? Yeah, they might have stone skin, but if you can remove the stone skin, each of those targets already have 30%, decrease each enemy's defense by 30% until the start of their first turn in battle. So, you know, you're going to basically smack them. It's almost like it's not an ignore defense, but it's just severely decreasing the defense, which means you're going to do more damage to the enemy in the end. So that's pretty strong. That's extremely strong. So is the concealment of one champion, because if someone has a nice, or if someone has another crazy mythical or another crazy champion in general, say you put a Cavalax that's concealed, and then they go in with a full speed team with no stone skin, they're going to get wrecked because they have no idea what's behind there. That can get pretty frustrating at times for most people, and people might actually complain about that concealment, to be honest. And some people might love the concealment, who knows? But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you love the concealment, or do you kind of not really like that concealment?
Attackers who attempt to place buffs on their first turn. They can turn the tide of battle and make a real difference to your defense. Traps can only be placed in magic and defense towers, and only if those towers are...
Okay, that's good. So magic or defense towers, and as long as they're fully operational with no repairs outstanding. So most clans won't have traps. It's just going to be those clans that are super competitive, constantly consistent at playing the game. Their team members are constantly donating florins and mana to the clan to make sure that you can get the upgrades and the repairs on the magic tower and defense tower. So you got to make sure you're always upgrading and always repairing your magic and defense towers. These are very strong and help you to win a fight in Siege. So just because you take down a stronghold, if the other clan takes down your stronghold but destroys more magic or defense towers, they're going to win because they're going to get more points from beating these magic and defense towers. So keep that in mind.
Fully operational. No repairs outstanding. At the start of a new siege, each eligible building receives up to 3 randomized trap options. The total number of traps a clan can deploy depends on the level of the clan's stronghold, ranging from 2 traps up to a maximum of 18. Any clan...
That's kind of insane. Level 6 stronghold is 18 traps. I think ours is level 3, so we can do 6 traps.
Clan member can choose a trap, but it can only be applied to their defense team. And
so any clan member can choose a trap, and it can only be applied to their team. Huh. Which means I hope the leader can remove that from people's teams and give it to the strongest teams on their siege, on their clan. Because if not, then there might be some people that are weaker on the clan that have a very weak defense that place their trap, and they spend their florins or mana, but then their defense team just keeps losing anyways, and it's just a waste of a trap basically for an entire siege. So keep that in mind. You want to make sure you're speaking with your clan leader, make sure you're speaking with your clan and saying, okay, do you think this team would be beneficial with this trap? Do you think it would work out to benefit the entire siege, the entire clan? Don't just benefit yourself, because again, this is a team game for this specific content. So you want to make sure you're trying to benefit the entire team so you can get the win. And that way, everybody reaps the benefits, reaps the rewards that come from that siege win.
They're limited to 1 trap per siege. Each tower can only have a maximum of 2 traps installed. Once a siege begins, active traps will become visible as soon as the attacking team uncovers the garrison slots where those traps are placed. However, that's another layer of complexity, is they won't actually see which teams get the traps until you beat the previous teams or unlock another
team to go and fight, so you want to be able to see what their traps are. So that's kind of cool as well. It makes it even harder for people to fight your team and not just bulldoze right into every single team and get all the way to the stronghold and win easily, especially against very strong clans.
Tip for you. Only the first attackers who engages a defense team equipped with the trap will suffer the negative consequences. If they win anyway, great news. However, if things are looking bleak, your clan could always nominate someone to intentionally trigger the trap before sending someone more powerful in to safely clear out the defense team lying in wait. But what if a clanmate sets up a trap, fumbles it, and then can't log back in to fix things before the prep phase ends? No worries. We've got you covered. One of the quality of life improvements coming out with 10.55 will enable clan leaders to remove any misplaced...
Oh, there you go. So clan leaders can remove the traps. That's what I was kind of hoping for. And thank God they're doing this, because I just feel like there's going to be a lot of players that won't remove their traps or forget to log in, or they're just AFK. They don't even play and participate in Siege, and therefore you might have to kick them out of the clan potentially, unless they've told you beforehand that they've had an emergency or whatever going on at home. That does happen from time to time. We all have normal lives outside of Raid Shadow Legends. We're all humans here. So, things do happen. But yeah, that's great that they're able to allow you to remove these traps.
Traps or defense teams during the prep phase. If this happens, affected players will get their resources back, and they'll get a notification on the Clan Fortress page. Oh, and there are no restrictions for affected players either. They can immediately set new traps or assign champions to defense teams like nothing happened. And lastly for Siege, we're introducing 2 new Siege tiers.
Tier 7 and Tier 8. Condition: how many battles won will allow you to get... I assume based on your battles won will allow you to get the rewards, the top tier rewards. I'm interested in how this is going to work. Victory in Tier 7 in the previous Siege in order to get previous... So you need... It looks like you need at least 5,000 concurrent points from the previous Siege in order to get into Tier 8. That's so difficult. That means you have to win back-to-back sieges where you're destroying like the entire enemy clan in Siege. My clan does not do that consistently. Usually we get probably around 3,000 to 4,000
Once your
points.
clan accumulates enough siege points, you'll enter Tier 7 automatically. To get into Tier 8, your clan must win the next siege using at least 30 attack scrolls.
And then once you get into Tier 8, you're probably facing Omega level cracking clans. Keep that in mind. These clans are going to be so disgusting. It might, unless your clan is up for it, you might want to stay back in Tier 6 or Tier 5, maybe even Tier 4. Tier 4 has 6-star legendary, if I'm not mistaken, for feral gear, which is still extremely powerful.
If your clan fails on either of these fronts, you'll be demoted back down a tier. Even if you lose, you'll...
Even Tier 3 has 6-star legendary feral gear. It's just less pieces of gear for the win.
You'll earn siege points, so ensuring you have the required amount to bounce right back into Tier 7 is as easy as winning a siege. You'll want to put the effort in. You can get mythical gear rewards, as well as extra clan points, unique avatar frames, and valuable crafting materials to get relics from the clan group. Okay, next up.
So, I don't think we can currently get relic materials from Tier 5, or Tier 6. So I wonder, so it's only Tier 7 and Tier 8, I think they said? Let me just go back to that really quickly. How many tiers were there again? Let me see. Tier 8. So Tier 6, I don't recall the rewards being relic materials. Let me just double check that. Yeah, so currently you do not get relic materials from the victory chest. I'm pretty positive on that. But only Tier 7 and 8 gets relic materials? That's kind of messed up. I don't know. I think they should add it to the lower tiers as well. I think that's already going to be kind of messed up, in my opinion. If that's going to be how it is, I just don't recall. I'm trying to figure out where to go here. Sometimes it gets confusing. Yeah, I don't think you can actually get relic materials right now. Anyways, leave your thoughts in the comments down below on that.
2 new siege tiers. Progression will work a bit differently. And valuable crafting materials to get relics from the clan group. Okay, next up. We're talking balance changes to Talaria's newest monstrous foe, the Chimera. The full numbers and breakdown will be available in the release notes, so we'll keep it brief here. First up, the Ram form is getting a nerf. It'll now reflect less damage while under fear debuffs, and if it's under a true fear, it won't reflect any damage at all.
That's actually really strong for a nerf. So now your enemy max HP champions like Newt and Marius, which were free, and well, Marius is still a free legendary that you can gain and acquire through the missions completion, whereas Newt was a fusion. So if you did get his fusion in the past, they're going to be even more top tier for pure damage, and you'll be able to hit the threshold. And all clans, or most clans, not all clans, many clans now should be able to open up Ultra Nightmare Chimera, because a lot of clans just don't have Ultra Nightmare Chimera open due to the trials and due to the complexity of stages like this, or specific forms like this Ram form where you're just killing yourself constantly. But now hopefully you just can't kill yourself, especially if you're using a Lydia. Most people use Lydia in Chimera. She's really strong with the A1 fears, and now you can bring in other champions that can bring in fear as well. You could even bring in, potentially, if you have him, Fabian does fears, which is great, but I think that he only does fears under certain condition, so it might not actually work. So maybe Fabian doesn't work, actually. I've never tested him or anything like that, but you can use other champions that will help with fear, and it'll help boost your damage and hopefully open up Ultra Nightmare for your clan. That's phenomenal. I actually really like that. The team I currently have will do even more damage, and same with your teams out there that you're utilizing for Chimera. So that's nice.
That's not everything. The Lockhorn's passive will now only increase the Chimera's turn meter by 25% instead of 50% when a skill fails to activate thanks to a fear debuff. Oh, and we're having the dual HP bar for good measure. With all that said, don't get comfortable. The Ram form's accuracy is getting a buff, meaning your champions will find it harder to resist debuffs. While the Ram form may be getting more tame, the Lion form is going in the other direction. We're increasing its base attack and giving it a guaranteed AoE attack with its Shred Reality skill. Plus, the second hit from Atomizing Roar will now ignore defense. Make way for the Apex Predator.
Okay, that's a good thing, because I think this is the form, if I can recall, I'm not checking it out right now, but I'm pretty sure this is the form that if it does damage to your shields, it's one of the trials. So it's a good thing that it's receiving a little bit more damage here, because I felt like it wasn't doing enough damage to the shields in general.
It's not just the Chimera itself getting a tweak, we're also adjusting several trials to make them a little easier for you to complete. Lastly,
some trials, I swear, are absolutely impossible to complete, so I'm glad they're changing trials, and I can't hit half of them anyways.
Let's dive into a slew of quality of life improvements we've got coming with update 10.55. For starters, champions in the vault will be available as food for the instant rank up feature in the tavern. We're also introducing a new commission option in the Faction Guardians tab. You'll be able to commission champions that are assigned to a Faction Guardian chamber, and that'll permanently grant you that chamber's bonus. Those champions will be entirely removed as they would be when sacrificed for a rank up.
Oh, that's interesting. So if you are a really endgame player, it's probably more beneficial for you, because you might have your entire vault full for your extra vaults in your tavern. And this might be great for you, where you can start utilizing your epics, your rares, legendaries. You might reconsider, because you might want a +1 or +2, just empower them in the future. But for epics and rares, this is great for. Rares is great for like early, mid-game, late game. Epics, good for mid-game, late game, more so end game though. And then super end game, super Krakens will of course be able to do the legendaries. I don't expect many people to commission legendaries earlier on. It actually would be kind of silly to commission your legendaries earlier on, especially if you want to empower them, or even champions get buffs in the future. You definitely don't just want to commission your legendaries. That would be kind of silly early on.
But it's a great way to clear out some clutter from your collection. Next up, we're introducing the option to refresh certain advanced quests if you don't like the look of them. You'll only get one refresh per day, but it can make the difference between completing them all or not.
Does that say 6 though?
One refresh per day. Quests, refresh certain advanced quests if you don't like the look of them.
6 fortress keys?
You'll refresh per day, but it can make the difference between completing them all or not.
I wonder if they're going to increase the complexity of the quest and then allow you to swap that crest. I wouldn't put it past them, to be honest.
Speaking of quests, we're also simplifying one of the clan quests. Instead of surviving 150 turns against the Hydra, you'll now only need to hold the line for 100. Whew. And finally,
that's such a small change there.
We're updating the battle info for all clan bosses. The chest rewards tab will now clearly indicate if the damage you've dealt is sufficient to claim one of the chests. We're almost done here, but before we wrap things up, let's take a peek at some of the awesome new champions coming with 10.55. We have an avian-themed Bannerlord who belongs to Androck the Glorious's famed Knights of the Wild, and several other mighty champions to join along with him. And that's everything for today. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this sneak peek.
All right, not bad. A lot of decent quality of life updates. Of course, you know, let me know in the comments down below what was your favorite in terms of quality of life updates they're going to be bringing into the game. I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts. And what did you not like, or what did you hope to see in that video? Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on a video soon. Take care.